I still remember the day my granddaughter said to me, "Grandpa, you're so angry all the time. What's wrong?" I was taken aback. I didn't think I was angry, just passionate about life. But her words stuck with me, and I started to think about my life and how I've lived it. My name is Walter. I'm 78 years old, and I've learned a lesson that I want to share with you, a lesson that I wish I had learned a long time ago. I grew up in a small town in Nebraska in the 1950s, where everyone knew each other, and we all looked out for one another. I had a best friend, a guy named Jimmy. We did everything together, from playing baseball to exploring the woods. We were inseparable, and I thought our friendship would last a lifetime. But here is what I never told anyone. We had a falling out, a big one, over a girl of all things. Her name was Emily. She was beautiful, smart, and had a spark that drew everyone to her. Jimmy and I both fell for her hard, and it caused a rift between us, a rift that would take years to heal. I was so caught up in my own ego, my own desire to win Emily's heart, that I lost sight of what was truly important, my friendship with Jimmy. We started to drift apart, and I found myself alone, with no one to turn to. But here is what I didn't realize at the time. I was so focused on winning, on being the best, that I forgot how to be a good friend. I forgot how to listen, how to compromise, and how to put someone else's needs before my own. And it cost me dearly. Jimmy and I didn't speak for years, and even when we did, it was never the same. I was left with a deep regret, a regret that I carried with me for decades. I remember the day Emily married someone else. I was devastated. I thought my world had come to an end. But here is what I never told anyone. I was relieved. Relieved that I didn't have to deal with the guilt of losing Jimmy's friendship. I was so caught up in my own pain that I didn't even think about how Jimmy might be feeling. And that's when it hit me. I had been living my life all wrong. The revelation came to me slowly, over many years, but it's this. Life is not about winning. It's not about being the best. It's about being present, being kind, and being a good friend. It's about putting someone else's needs before your own, and being willing to listen, to compromise, and to forgive. It's about being vulnerable, being open, and being honest. And it's about learning from your mistakes, and using those lessons to become a better person. I wish I had learned this lesson earlier. I wish I had been more present, more kind, and more compassionate. I wish I had been a better friend to Jimmy and to others. But here is what I've learned. It's never too late. It's never too late to change, to grow, and to become the person you were meant to be. And that's what I want to pass on to you. That's the lesson I want to share. But here is what I never told anyone, my granddaughter's words. They stuck with me. They changed me. She said, "Grandpa, you're so angry all the time. What's wrong?" And I realized I wasn't angry. I was just regretful of the mistakes I had made, regretful of the pain I had caused. And that's when I started to heal. That's when I started to let go of my ego and my need to win. And that's when I started to live, truly live, to be present, to be kind, and to be a good friend. My granddaughter's words, they closed the loop for me. They helped me to see that I had been living my life all wrong. And now, I want to pass that lesson on to you. I want to share it with you, so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. So, if you want to hear more stories, more lessons, and more wisdom from an old man, then please subscribe to my channel. You see, I've come to realize that life is full of twists and turns, and it's never too late to change course. I thought I had it all figured out, that I was on the right path, but it wasn't until I hit rock bottom that I realized I had been living someone else's dream, not my own. And that's a hard pill to swallow, let me tell you. It's like waking up one morning and realizing that everything you thought you knew about yourself was a lie. But it's in those moments of darkness that we're given a choice. We can either give up, or we can use it as an opportunity to start anew. And that's exactly what I did. I started to reevaluate my life, to question everything I thought I knew about myself and the world around me. It wasn't easy, let me tell you. There were times when I felt like I was losing my mind, like I was staring into the abyss with no safety net to catch me if I fell. But I kept going, driven by a desire to rediscover myself, to find out who I really was, and what I truly wanted out of life. And it's been a journey, let me tell you. There have been ups and downs, twists and turns, but through it all, I've come to realize that the most important thing in life is to be true to yourself, to follow your heart, to listen to your intuition, and to never give up on your dreams. Now, I know what you're thinking. You're thinking, this all sounds great, but how do I do it? How do I start living my life on my own terms? Well, my friend, it's not always easy. It takes courage, it takes determination, and it takes a willingness to take risks. But I'll tell you this, it's worth it. Every moment of struggle, every moment of doubt is worth it, because on the other side of that struggle is a life of true fulfillment, a life of purpose, and a life of happiness. And that's what I want for you. I want you to experience the joy, the freedom, and the fulfillment that comes from living a life that's true to who you are. I want you to wake up every morning feeling excited, feeling inspired, and feeling like you're exactly where you're meant to be. And I know that's possible because I've experienced it myself. So, I want to leave you with a challenge today. I want to challenge you to take a step back, to look at your life, and to ask yourself, is this really the life I want to be living? Are you following your dreams, or are you just going through the motions? Are you living a life that's true to who you are, or are you trying to fit into someone else's mold? These are important questions, my friend, and they're questions that only you can answer. But I'll tell you this, the moment you start to live your life on your own terms, the moment you start to follow your heart and listen to your intuition, is the moment you'll start to experience a sense of freedom, a sense of joy, and a sense of fulfillment that you never thought possible. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift of all. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift of all. But it's not always easy to get to that place, is it? It takes courage, it takes vulnerability, and it takes a willingness to take the road less traveled. It means being brave enough to say no to the things that don't serve you, even if they're comfortable or familiar. It means being willing to take risks and face your fears, even when it feels like the safest thing to do is to stay stuck in a situation that's not nourishing your soul. I think back to my own journey, and I remember the moments when I felt like I was living someone else's dream, rather than my own. I was doing all the right things, checking all the right boxes, but deep down, I felt empty, unfulfilled, and restless. It wasn't until I started to listen to my own inner voice, my own intuition, that I began to make changes that align with who I truly am. It's funny, because when you start to make those changes, people around you may not always understand. They may think you're crazy, or that you're making a mistake. But the truth is, the only mistake is living a life that isn't true to who you are. The only mistake is ignoring the whispers of your heart, and instead following the expectations of others. I've had my fair share of struggles, my fair share of doubters and naysayers. But I've also had my fair share of triumphs, of moments when I felt like I was on top of the world, like I was exactly where I was meant to be. And those moments, my friend, are what make it all worth it. Those moments are what remind me that I'm on the right path, that I'm living a life that's authentic, meaningful, and true to who I am. It's not always easy, and it's not always linear. There are twists and turns, ups and downs. But the key is to stay committed to your own journey, to stay committed to your own heart. Because when you do, you'll start to notice something remarkable. You'll start to notice that the universe begins to conspire in your favor. You'll start to notice that doors open, opportunities arise, and people come into your life who support and uplift you. It's a beautiful thing, my friend, to live a life that's in alignment with your values, your passions, and your purpose. It's a beautiful thing to wake up every morning feeling excited, feeling inspired, and feeling like you're exactly where you're meant to be. And I truly believe that this is available to every single one of us. I truly believe that we all have the power to create a life that we love, a life that's authentic, meaningful, and fulfilling. So, I want to leave you with a question today. What is it that you're waiting for? What is it that's holding you back from living the life that you truly desire? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Or is it something else entirely? Whatever it is, I want you to know that you have the power to overcome it. You have the power to break free from the constraints that are holding you back, and to create a life that's truly extraordinary. It's time to take the leap, my friend. It's time to take the first step towards a life that's authentic, meaningful, and true to who you are. It's time to start listening to your heart, and to start following your intuition. Because when you do, you'll start to experience a sense of freedom, a sense of joy, and a sense of fulfillment that you never thought possible. And that, my friend, is the greatest gift of all.